Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Javi Clar and I talk about a lot of things, especially fandoms and especially Witch. Now we're gonna finish off issue number 2 in the second part of Which Doesn't Make Sense. Again, I'm trying to do like the main points, not everything, because I have a limited time to record. Okay, so we see Irma is at breakfast. Her father tells her their parents' car was found in Aubrey. And it doesn't make sense because what is their car doing in this other place? And actually in another issue we see in a flashback that her parents came into their house when Elian was there with Cedric. How did they know to go there? And if their car was in another place, did they teleport? As far as we know, they can't do that. Okay, then Irma's telling her friends that she turned Andrew into a frog. And again, this, along with her other secondary powers, isn't explained. We don't know if she could only turn people into frogs, and if she's the only guardian who could turn people into animals. So, and then later at school, I think it's the same day, Will feels dizzy and then they see Elion. Again, this isn't explained. We only see her get dizzy maybe twice in the comics. I want to know more about this power. And then they follow Elion to her house again. Now she makes the house try to attack them. And she makes the house attack them, and just why? Why is she luring them into a trap? Like, she actually thinks they're the enemy or something? Why? This just doesn't make sense. It's so frustrating. And then they transform. Again, we see Tarani and Cornelia's outfits. Again, I like them, but can't they just be more modest? You don't even have to change the style. Just make them more modest. Add some, some cute accessories or something. And then it looks like there's some kind of huge cavern under the house. And then on the floor is the mark of the seal of Phobos. Just how? What is going on? Okay, and then of course they find the book. So now I'm going on to issue 3. Okay, now we just need to skip. So, hold on. Oh, and then they're practicing their powers in this place. I think it's some kind of junkyard or something. But then they aren't shown like going there ever again. So why not? Why aren't they shown practicing their powers, or at least just discussing, hey, I found out I could do this or something. And then Helen's trying to open the book, but they can't. And later it opens when they use their powers. So again, like, that's not really explained. I would think that the Guardians wouldn't be able to open his book. Wouldn't he have protected it against them? And later, when Will is sleeping in class, Cornelia uses her powers to make the bell ring early, which is funny. But again, it's not really explained. Like, can they all, like, use their magic to move things? And later, Will goes to Mrs. Rudolph's house. And again, it's just, we see them like walking and biking everywhere. Is it just that small? Or is it just conveniently that everywhere they need to go is within walking distance and biking distance? And Irma, of course, is somehow convinced that just because Mrs. Rudolph is a math teacher, that she's an alien, and they go investigate. You know, it just doesn't make so much sense. Maybe if Tarani, thought she read her mind and got something or something. Like, this doesn't really make sense to be so convinced that your math teacher is an alien. Like, right. And then, of course, the three of them, transform. And they close the portal after Mrs. Rudolph goes through. And again, does Mrs. Rudolph know they're the Guardians? Because later on, it seems like she does. And speaking about that, I mean, I think the Guardians are like known. Like in the 5th issue, they're in the painting. Elias says, "Oh, you're the Guardians of Kanjakar." And in a much later arc, they're like famous on this one planet. So, how does this work? When they're appointed, does everyone know who they are? Anyway, at the end, again, they use their powers, not even in Guardian form, and they open the book. And Tarani, hears this voice, that says it belongs to Prince Phobos. So here I actually like this part because it foreshadowed her telepathy. But then, of course, it seems like the book is speaking. So what is that about? And then, of course, the seal, tries to destroy them with this black energy. Again, it's not really explained. And I really want to know all about the seal and its powers. And then the heart swallows it, which means it has the ability to open portals. Again, how could the seal make portals, when the veil is supposed to have been made by Kandrakar? I thought they were like the most powerful people. So just how does the power levels work here? And then, of course, they make a portal and they go through. And, Lupa, we've seen Kandrakar. Lupa is just so upset. And she says that they don't have experience. So why don't they train them and give them at least a little bit of experience, or at least get them more used to their powers or something? Kandrakar just doesn't make sense. They give these girls powers, they don't help them at all. What do they expect? And this time when they go to the portal, there's apparently fire. But that doesn't happen by the other portals. So, what's going on? And then when they come through, it looks like they're in Heatherfield. But then it looks like... But then Irma's knocking on the door. And then it turns out it's just like cardboard or something again. Like, what? Why? How? And then, of course, they see like Cedric and Elion and Vathic with soldiers. So it looks like they knew they were going to come. Again, how? And why is she there with this army? Like, Elion's apparently upset that they don't want to stay. And Cedric says, in that case, we have no choice. Guards, capture them. Just what? Why are they trying to capture them? Like, and why does Elion seriously think that her friends need to be captured and like forced to stay on this planet? Even if she thinks they're the enemy, maybe try talking to them first. Like, really, just what is going on here? And then of course Frost grabs Tarani and for some reason instead of oh wait, oh yeah, instead of like burning Kim, she says telepathically to Will, to go. Actually, before that, we see they make the astral drops, but again, how do they know they could do that? It was just a lucky guess. And then Elion actually takes away Tyrani's mouth. Like what? She said it's not fair to give advice. Like, what? Just why? Does she just hate Tyrani? And like, what's going on? And then of course they go. But again, why do they want to capture any of them in the first place? And why do they bring Tyrani back with them? Like, what exactly is this supposed to accomplish? Like, and then they make an astral trap of Tyrani, which again, like, how did they know they could do that? How did they figure that out? Okay, looks like we'll have time to do a bit of number 4. Wait, hold on. Just waiting for this to go. No? Wait. Hold on. Okay. Now we got it. Okay. So now they're in class, and there's Tyrani's copy. Now we see Irma is drawing these flames, I think in her diary. And later on, we see that that's the mark is where the portal is. But how does Irma know about this? Like, why is she drawing them? It's never explained. Like, it seems like she has mind control, again, because of her power to make the teachers ask her what she wants. But it doesn't seem she has any kind of psychic powers besides that. So was she the one drawing the portal? Okay. And then they're in, let's see, in Mrs. Riddle's house. Oh, and here they actually, so they actually do see a new portal here on the map, which is good. And now we see Helen show her power of being able to see the past using sound. And here she, with the music box, she sees what happens when they bring Elion to Earth. But again, Elion's a baby, and yet it seems, and yet on seeing Elion's face, the baby Elion, she said that the face is so familiar. but I mean, she's a baby, so okay, I have to stop here, but I will continue. Please tell me if you like this, and I will see you next time.